Hey guys, welcome to a brand new thrifting haul video, and check it out. I got some VHS, I got some DVDs, I got some Blu-rays, so I haven't been able to do a thrifting haul video in a long time because I just haven't been finding anything out there. It's been really kind of dried up. In fact, this month was the first month I ventured into ordering something online, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Because I'm starting to think maybe I'm just going to start skipping the thrift stores and just order stuff online. It's a lot easier. I've been having some really bad, I don't know about you, but I've been having some bad experiences out in the world. People just angry, and I've been yelled at a couple times for just no reason. And it's just a real bummer to go out now. I hate it, but I just thought, well, I haven't been finding many movies lately. It seems like the kind of market's drying up, or people are just buying everything, and it's really hard to find anything kind of interesting anymore. Like 4 years ago, I was finding so much cool stuff at my local Value Village, and now I don't find anything. Um, so I don't know. So I did order something online this month for the first time, which was kind of weird. Not as exciting as going out and finding something in the wild, but I'll show you what I picked up. And yeah, I don't know, just the general vibes of the world. It's like, I think I'd rather go to the park and go for a walk and not get yelled at by people for no reason. I don't know. Maybe they just don't like the way I look. I don't know. Anyway, I did find some really cool stuff. This is kind of an accumulation of stuff over the last month or so. So we'll go through this stuff. The first two I got are VHS. This was a first-time watch for me, and I really did like this movie. It's directed by a person named Richard Allen Greenberg. It says, actually in fine print, it says, not associated with the TV series Monsters from Bluray. This is a film called Little Monsters with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. Right there. This was a first-time watch. I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this case in the video store back in the day because it's pretty memorable. You can see the makeup on Howie Mandel is really cool. Fred Savage was so sweet back then. I was a huge fan of Wonder Years, so I decided to pick this up. And I did watch this for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. I did ask my sister about it because it seemed like something she might have. I think this came out when I was just a little too old, and maybe just I didn't watch it. She said she did see it back in the day and really liked it. This is an MGM VHS tape from 1990. Running time is 1 hour 43 minutes. From United Artists as well, rated PG in Canada. There's a picture of Fred and Howie on the back there. Yeah, this was a cool little movie. I really liked it. It's kind of a, if you're looking for something to appeal to your little side, this one might be it. Although maybe a little scary for little ones, but just a cute, wholesome kind of fun family movie. The next videotape I got, I actually got it at the one of my local. We're starting to have like these little vintage, local vintage markets recently. So I went to my first one a couple of weeks ago, and I found Body Parts starring Jeff Fahey. This was directed by Eric Red. This is a Paramount picture produced by Fred Mancuso Jr. Let's see what else I can tell you about this. Nothing really. Based on the novel Choice Cuts. So Eric Red is the writer of Near Dark and The Hitcher. Comes this bone-chilling tale of medical experiment gone murderously wrong. So yeah, I grabbed this from the vintage market I went to recently. I think I paid $10 for it, which that's okay. I did ask the person who sold it to me what they thought of the movie. They said, it's okay. And I think that in the end, that was actually a pretty accurate synopsis of this film. I thought the first half hour or so, I thought, oh, this is going to be so good. Like, I was so excited. Jeff Fahey is amazing in my books. And, but it kind of dragged on and on. Just kind of an average. I think this is from 1990, if I'm not mistaken, 91, from Paramount. This is an X rental, I would say. It's got a little rental sticker on the side. I would recommend this to people who like body horror. You're nowhere near as good as Reanimator or anything like that, but kind of along those lines. Actually, one I'm going to show you next. When people get a body transplant, like a part, and it comes off like a serial killer or something, I think that's a pretty common trope. Although I've never really heard anybody talk about that as like an urban legend, but it's kind of like one of those where it's like, oh, the body part I got came from like a serial killer, and now I'm crazy or whatever. Which leads really, I didn't plan this out, but it leads really nicely into the next movie, which is Body Bags, the John Carpenter joint, and Tobe Hooper's in this as well, or directing in this. This is the movie I actually ordered off Amazon. This is my first official foray into buying movies online. Kind of a weird experience. I can't say I loved it, but it's a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. It's from Screen Factory, I believe, or Shout Factory. No, Screen Factory, yeah. So you got the cover here, and then on the inside you've got pictures from the movie. This is an anthology movie, 3 stories in one. 2 of them, I believe, are directed by John Carpenter, and the third one is directed by Tobe Hooper. It stars Mark Hamill. It also stars, what's his face there? Stacy Keach is in it. Yeah, I really like this movie. I mean, this was a deliberate buy. I've made a list of movies that I want to have in my collection, and so I started off in the near the top of the alphabet, and this was my first pick for ordering a movie online. So, Body Bags. Let's see if I can find anything else to tell you about this. Music by John Carpenter and Jim Lang. Like I said, Tobe Hooper directed one of them, and John Carpenter directed the other 2 in this anthology film. Let's see. So Stacy Keach is in one of them. Mark Hamill. This also stars Debbie Harry is in one with Stacy Keach, Sheena Easton, Twiggy, David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, John Agar from Tarantula, and cameos by Wes Craven, Tobe Hooper, Roger Corman. So yeah, this is I really like this. I watched this on streaming probably 4 years ago. I watched this on streaming, probably on Tubi or something, and instantly loved it. So really happy to add that to my collection. As you know, I don't normally buy new movies on release day, but I did decide to grab Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. My local Walmart did not have it out in time for a release date, which was actually on my birthday. So I had to wait a couple more days for them to actually put it on the shelf. I saw this in the movie theater back in November. I thought it was really fun. I really liked this movie. I'll be doing a review of this probably soon. But yeah, I really like this movie. It's fun. It's, if you've seen Grindhouse, Eli Roth did a fake trailer for a movie called Thanksgiving. This is the sort of movie version of that, although the trailer looks like it's a Grindhouse movie from the 70s. This is a bit more polished. This gave me real vibes of I Know What You Did Last Summer, but like more gory. But it definitely had that feel. Like there's a scene at the end where they're driving down the main drag in a Thanksgiving parade, and they're looking for the guy dressed like the killer dressed like the pilgrim, and they're driving down Main Street, and they're like looking up at the buildings, and it reminded me so much of I Know What You Did Last Summer. But I really liked it. It's cheesy. It's just good cheesy fun. Kind of a cool throwback to the 80s and 90s slashers. Nothing new here. This isn't reinventing the wheel or anything, but just a fun movie. On this note, though, I wanted to say, and I don't know if other people have experienced this, but when I went to my local Walmart and asked them, are the new movies coming out today? And the cashier said, no, the person that normally stocks them didn't put them out. And then I don't know why this person felt compelled to say this, but they said, by the way, like in a real snotty tone, they said, by the way, this whole DVD row, which we're down to one row now, the person says, just so you know, that all these movies are going away, and the only movie rack that we're going to have is probably the size of that chip rack over there. And she pointed to this little like chip rack, and she's like, so all these movies are going away, and we're just going to have that one section. And I don't know why they said it that way or even mentioned it to me, but it did kind of freak me out because I thought, where I live, Walmart is literally the only place you can buy a new release movie, Blu-ray, DVD, 4K. So when this person said that, I was like, oh, it's kind of a bummer that you're saying this to me, but also kind of a bummer that if that's true, you know, maybe the selection won't be even what it is now, which isn't that great, to be honest. But we literally only have like one row of DVDs and Blu-rays, and then we have one kind of like square display shelf unit where they put all the new releases on. So when I went in on January 30th, my birthday, I saw the price tag, the shelf tag for this, but this was not out. It didn't come out until a day or two later. So allegedly they're getting rid of their movie section. So I do hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, Best Buy is closing, or Best Buy is getting rid of all their physical media, and Walmart will now start to pick up where Best Buy left off. But I don't know if that's actually true. Like, I'm starting to think maybe Walmart's going to get out of it too. But that's a whole other video. That's a whole other rant. But just to say my experience with that, and kind of a bummer because, like I said, I don't, that's the only place where I live that you can actually buy new release movies, and it just seems like it's going away, kids. Like, sucks, but that's the way it is. And that's part of the reason why I ordered body bags online, because I just thought, I'll never find this at my stores, like local stores. So I don't really like ordering online compared to like going out and finding something in the wild. But if it has to be that way to get that physical media fixed, then I guess that's how it'll have to be. The next movie I got at a store called Bad Eye Gallery in where I live. This is Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum and Shelley Winters. I grabbed this for $2, which I think was a pretty good deal. I saw this on VHS probably 3 or 4 years ago when I first started thrifting for movies, and I skipped on it because I didn't know what it was. And then I watched it online, and I quickly realized, oh no, I should have grabbed that tape. So I've been on the hunt for this for 2 or 3 years now. So was really happy to add this to my collection. This is a really cool movie, very spooky, directed by Charles Lawton. The special features are a collectible booklet and original theatrical trailer. There's the inside. Robert Mitchum, truly terrifying in this film. The booklet has some information about the movie, chapter list on the back. And yeah, this is a really cool movie. This is from the year 1955. This is the 2000 MGM DVD release. There's some schmutz on the case, but otherwise the movie played great. I'm realizing this is a ex-rental from Movie Gallery. Never heard of that, but Night of the Hunter. I did watch this. I will be doing a review of that coming up. Very cool movie. The next one I got up is from another local kind of like collectibles store. This is Kevin Bacon's Death Sentence, directed by James Wan, the guy who did like all those horror movies. This also stars Garrett Hedlund, Kelly Preston, John Goodman in a very weird role in here. This has never, my understanding is this has never made it past DVD, so this is only available on, so this is only available on DVD. It hasn't been released on Blu-ray or 4K yet, but Kind of one of those, my understanding from watching other reviewers is that this movie kind of slipped under the radar. Not a lot of people saw it, and but it's if you like a vigilante revenge tale. I struggled a little bit to accept Kevin Bacon in that kind of role because to me he's like a good guy, but it's pretty good. I guess it's actually very well done if you look at it from this is a guy in my mind like Kevin Bacon is like Footloose and Friday the 13th, and he's like the good kid, and in this he is like a good guy. He's like a family man, but then he's pushed to the edge and he becomes like a vigilante. So I guess he actually played it pretty well now that I think about it, because you do sort of expect him to play a nice guy, which he does at the beginning, but then he has to turn bad. So, and like in a lot of these cases, actually, now that I think about this movie, the more I think about it, it's like this is actually quite brilliant because Kevin Bacon's not that great at being a vigilante at first. Like he's very awkward and he has to learn how to use guns and stuff, and so it's actually quite clever in that genre, if you will. Unlike Death Wish, where Charles Bronson just goes and gets a gun, starts shooting and stuff. It's kind of a slow burn, but very, very good. The next one I got, I think I got a little burned on this one, actually. These, and I don't know if these are out of print or not, but it's the Star Wars Ewok Adventures, Caravan of Courage, and Battle for Endor. This is a 20th Century Fox double feature. Normally at my local Value Village movies are $3.99. I saw this. I know it's not you don't come across it very much anymore. And so I just got it and I went to the cash and I rang it in. It rang up at $9.99. So I was a little miffed because I was like, oh, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like kind of a bit too much for these, but anyway, what can you do? This is a flipper disc, so not great. It's in okay condition. Again, I mostly bought it just because I don't really see it around very often. The little insert's kind of cool. I am if I didn't say that in previous videos, I am a huge Star Wars nerd, especially for the original trilogy. So I remember watching these on TV. I don't remember them being particularly good, but I did want to add it to my collection, so I went ahead and did that. So, yeah, I honestly saw these on TV when they played that one time back in the 80s, and I've never seen them again. So they could be really terrible. I don't know. I think these were mostly really just made for kids when George Lucas wanted to cash in on the Ewok craze. These little guys that apparently some people just couldn't resist. I know it was probably my least favorite part of the original Star Wars trilogy, but anyway, Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor. So I'll probably check those out at some time down the road. And the next thing I got, which was really cool, so speaking of pricing, which is really weird, I paid $10 for that Ewok movie, which I thought was a bit excessive. And then I don't know what they were thinking, but I got Alfred Hitchcock Presents Season 1. I got this whole great big box set for $3.99. So clearly the consistency with pricing at my local Value Village is not great, but I was more than happy to grab this for $3.99. It's a 3-disc set, flipper discs. There's the man himself. So I believe this is the original. This is the original series. It is, yeah. So there's 6 sides technically, plus a special feature of Alfred Hitchcock Presents A Look Back. This is from 2005 from Universal. It doesn't say what year these originally broadcast. It is in total length 16 hours and 43 minutes of content. So this has a look back with Pat Hitchcock, Norman Lloyd, and Hilton Green. Yeah, I wish I knew what year this originally came out, but I do remember watching these in reruns when I was a teenager and loving them. I think, wasn't there like an Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but it was like a newer one in like the 80s, which I also really liked, if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, for $3.99 I grabbed this. I see a lot of these real crappy looking Alfred Hitchcock collections that are like public domain. So when I first saw this, I was like, nah. But then when I saw the Universal logo, I was like, oh, wait a second, maybe this is a legit release. So got some cool embossed printing on here. Again, this has like all of the episodes from the first season, which guest stars include Cloris Leachman, Charles Bronson, speaking of Charles Bronson, Claude Rains, Lauren Green, Joanne Woodward, Vera Miles. So yeah, I'm kind of psyched to watch this. Maybe this winter, before the weather starts to get nicer. I'll sneak this in, maybe an episode a night or something. I do like me some Alfred Hitchcock. Hey. And then the last thing I got was one that I've been looking for, although I think it's quite common, but when I decided I wanted to have it in my collection, all the copies I found were all just destroyed. But that's Joyride with Paul Walker, Steve Zahn, and Lily Sobieski. This is a really good like road trip thriller kind of thing. Crazy trucker. If you like Duel, it's kind of intense. I've watched this movie quite a few times actually. I think it's quite well done. This is directed by John Dahl, written by J.J. Abrams, who did the newer Star Wars films, as well as the newer Star Trek series. Yeah, I really like this movie. I thought it was just a good little thriller. Paul Walker's really good in this. Steve Zahn's they're all really good, but Paul Walker's really good. Basically, the premise is that I think he's going to pick up his girlfriend, and then this is his brother, and his brother was in jail, so he gets him out of jail. So it's the two of them for the longest time driving down the highway, and they get a CB, and they start talking to truck drivers, and Paul Walker pretends to be a girl by using this like sexy girl voice, and then the trucker that he's flirting with turns out to be like a psycho and is chasing them, and like some of the stuff the trucker does is like so intense and so scary. So yeah, if you're looking for a really good thriller, if you've never seen this, I'll highly recommend it. Just a really good, fun, like I said, road trip kind of thriller. So that was my thrifting haul for today. I wish I could do these more often, but like I said, I just haven't been finding much in the way of cool stuff. But this is kind of a culmination, if you will, of the last month or so. So was finally happy to do a new video. I'm just trying to put these in order so I can hold them up, but I think they're all screwed up. But anyway, there's my thrifting haul for this time around. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies or if these are any of your favorites. Your experiences at your local Walmart or ordering online. I'm also looking for a good a place where I can order online that's trustworthy to use my credit card and stuff like that. Because I have been burned a few times in previous years. So I'm looking for some place that I can order like, cool DVDs and Blu-rays like that, like Scream Factory or Severin or things like that. So if you know of a good source in Canada where you can get some movies, let me know in the comments below. Leave your comments below if you have thoughts on those films. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video. Again, thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed. I'm up to, I think it's 374 subscribers now. So I will be to 400 soon, so thank you to everybody who has decided to join me on this physical media and movie journey. I hope you like my videos. If you have a suggestion for a movie for me to review, let me know and I'll put it on my list. I might already have it, or if I come across it, if you think it's really good and I would like it, I will consider adding that to my list of things to be reviewed. Like I said, I do have probably 40 movies to review while I was sick for the last couple of weeks watching movies. So I did watch a lot of my favorites, like the original Star Wars trilogy and the Aliens original series, and I watched the Christopher Nolan Batman series. I watched that one. So I was kind of watching a lot of comfort movies, but also I did watch some new stuff. So I'll be doing some reviews on that in the coming weeks and months. So be sure to check in regularly. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and your family, and I will see you in the next video.